Hi, I'm Niki from Healthy Food Guide and welcome to Healthy Food Guru. This is where we look at new products that are out there on the market and give you our verdict. And today I thought, since it's nearly Christmas, it might be nice to do some things that you might want to eat and drink over the holiday break, and Christmassy things, I guess, so a few little treats as well. So I'm starting out with a barbecue sauce because we're all out there on the barbecue cooking by now. And this is Glasseye wild meat sauce. It is a very delicious, intensely flavoured barbecue sauce. Really nice with barbecued meat. Like all these kind of things, it does have some sugar in it. It's about 25 grams of sugar per 100 grams, so 25% sugar. Bear that in mind. That also does mean, of course, that it's got some energy in it. And it's about 115 kilojoules per serve. A serve is about a tablespoon. So just bear that in mind, you know, don't splash it too liberally because you are adding energy when you add these kinds of sauces. This one is pretty low in sodium, so it's not bad on that score, but sometimes these kind of sauces do have quite a lot of salt in them as well, so worth keeping in mind. This one has also got some wheat in it, so it's not gluten-free, sadly, but it's a delicious barbecue sauce if you're looking for something extra to add a little bit of oomph to your barbecued meats. So here's something a little bit different. These are the Storehouse Splashes. What they are is essentially vinaigrette. They are a mix of oil and vinegar and flavourings, different kinds of flavourings, but they've got some quite interesting flavours to them. This one's black raspberry and horopito, and this one is merlot and kawakawa. And so they've got some kind of native herbs and spices going on, which is quite interesting. The good thing about these is that they're more vinegar than oil, so in that sense they are lower in fat and saturated fat than a lot of dressings that you might buy are. It's only 12 grams of fat in here and 1.4 grams of saturated fat, so it's not too bad at all. They are reasonably high in sugar because they've got sugar in them. They range from 26 grams to 36 grams of sugar per 100 grams, so bear that in mind. I wouldn't go splashing them liberally like they suggest on the packaging, but they are a nice way to add flavour, and especially to vegetables. So if you want to do some grilled vegetables on the barbecue and then splash a little bit of something like this over the top, it's going to add a lot of interest and flavour, and maybe make you eat more veggies, so that's quite a good thing. They don't have any emulsifier in them, so you can see probably there that there's a layer of oil on the top there. That's because there's nothing emulsifying, keeping them blended together, so you really do need to shake them up quite a lot before you serve them, otherwise you're just going to get this very unpleasant glug of oil that comes out of the bottle rather than the mixed up vinaigrette. So bear that in mind, but they're a lovely addition to your summer storehouse. So it is the time of year when we tend to eat a little bit of dip and chip action. So we've got here some new dips on the market, and you'll start to see in your supermarket shelves a lot of dips and hummuses and things popping up now. These are Lisa's triple dip, and they have got 3 layers. You can see here 3 different layers, and there's several varieties. I've got here basil pesto cream cheese and sun-dried tomato, and sweet chili cream cheese and coriander pesto. Now, the main ingredient in these is cream cheese, so from that we should know that they are pretty high in kilojoules or calories and pretty high in fat. There is about 35 grams of fat per 100 grams in these dips, roughly. So we're not talking about a low fat or a low saturated fat product here either. In fact, this one has got 12 grams of saturated fat per 100 grams. The other thing with these to bear in mind is that according to the packaging, this has got 9 serves in it. So that would make one serve of this about a little bit less than a tablespoon. Anyone who can stop eating a dip like this after 1 tablespoon, I salute you, but most of us probably could easily eat half of that, in which case you are going to be getting quite a lot of calories that maybe you didn't intend to eat before your dinner, which is when we tend to eat these things. So just bear that in mind. What they say on the packaging about serving size can be absolutely anything, and it doesn't really mean that that's what you're going to be eating. So these are definitely treat territory. Don't have them too often. Lisa's do some better dips in terms of health, and if you look in their range, there's some really nice veggie based dips which are a lot lower in kilojoules, fat and saturated fat, which are probably better than these ones. If you want to use these, just be aware of what's in them and use them judiciously. Maybe as a spread instead of a dip would be quite good. But yeah, keep an eye out and also look for the other options which are more veggie based and probably a little bit better. So you're going to need something to dip into your dip, and we have got here a nice alternative to a chip, which is Abe's Bagel Crisps. These ones are sour cream and chives flavour. There's a range of flavours. These are pretty good in terms of fat and saturated fat. They've got about half the fat and saturated fat of a standard potato chip, which is great. Not really that much less energy than a potato chip because they're quite dense and thick. It's not a lot of, you don't save a lot of energy or calories, but you do save quite significantly on the fat and saturated fat, which is good news. And the thing with these is that because they are quite substantial, you can eat a few, probably a few fewer than you would eat of potato chips. They're a little bit more substantial to eat, so it takes you longer to crunch through them. They've got a really nice texture, and they are great for dips, and use them with some healthy veggie dips that you make yourself would be great. Keep an eye on the sodium is the only thing with these. So this one has got 267 milligrams of sodium per serve, which is 25 grams as a serve. That, they say, is 6 serves in this packet, so bear that in mind. Same as with the dips. If you think that a sixth of that packet is all that you would eat, then that's cool, but if you're going to eat more than that, then you are going to get more of that energy and that sodium as well. But look out for these. They're a lovely thing to have on hand, and yeah, really nice over the summer. Finally, today it's really nice, of course, to have some treats at Christmas time, and what would Christmas be without chocolate? So there's a couple of really nice things I wanted to show you from Whittaker's. This is a mini mix tube from Whittaker's, and what is in here are little mini slabs, little mini peanut slabs and milk slabs, and all different flavours actually. Well, that's a white raspberry one. Oh, it smells amazing. What is great about these is that they are really nice little portion sizes. So if you want to have a treat of chocolate, you can have a small bit, and it's individually portioned, so you're kind of probably less tempted than you are with, say, a box of chocolates where they're all open and you might want to have 6 at a time. With these, you might think twice about it because they're individually wrapped. And the thing with that is too that it's a small serving, so it's only 300 odd kilojoules per serve. So you know it's not going to hurt you too much. Don't eat the whole tube at once. Share them around, but it's a really nice, a nice little gift option, or just a nice thing to share instead of maybe a box of chocolates. The other one is this Passion for Chocolate box. Really nice looking box. So a nice little gifty thing. And again, it's got these little mini squares of Whittaker's dark chocolate and milk chocolate as well, so everyone gets to have what they like, and again they're just a small little taste. You get that nice satisfaction from the chocolate, the really nice quality chocolate, but you're not probably going to pig out and eat the whole tin, or at least I hope not anyway. So yeah, a nice little chocolate option. And the last one I just wanted to show you was a new one that's just come in, and it is called Marou. And it is very special artisanal chocolate from Vietnam. And these, I just thought, are so beautiful in terms of their packaging. It just is a lovely little stocking stuffer maybe, or a special little gift. And you know, it's a nice little thin, small serving size of absolutely exquisite quality chocolate. They're single origin chocolate, so they've all got their own special characteristics. That one's 76% cocoa, that one's 78%, there's a 70% one as well, and they just taste amazing. So if you've got a chocolate lover in your family, this would be one to look out for and get for them as a special treat. These bars are $4.95 each, so it's not a cheap treat, but it is something very special and lovely for a chocolate lover in your life. And that's me. For this episode. I just would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you again in 2014.